All right, let's jump right in. Today we're taking a deep dive into Hebrews chapter 6.
Yeah, a really interesting chapter.
Yeah, it is.
Lots to uncover there.
It is. So much talk about, spiritual growth and God's promises and something about an anchor for the soul.
Right.
I mean, who doesn't love a good anchor analogy?
Exactly. Who doesn't?
But I guess to kick things off, this chapter starts by kind of pushing us,
Yeah.
to go beyond just the basic Christian teachings.
Yeah, it's like it's saying, okay, you've got the basics down, but now it's time to, really dig in.
Yeah.
Like Hebrews 6.1 even says to leave behind those elementary teachings.
The milk, right.
Yeah, the milk.
And onto the meat.
And get to the meat. Exactly.
Yeah. So what does that even look like? I mean, is it just knowing more Bible verses? Or is there something, I don't know, deeper there?
Well, I think, it's more about that relationship with God, like
Okay.
moving beyond just accepting the facts to really experiencing His grace. It's like understanding not just what we believe, but why we believe it. Oh, I like that. The why.
Yeah.
The why, not just the what.
Exactly. The why.
Okay, so we're moving beyond the basics. We're getting into the why. But then, man, things get kind of intense in verses 4 through 6. There's this warning about falling away, and it's strong language, It's almost unsettling.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the most debated passages in Hebrews.
For sure.
Different interpretations out there. Some folks see it as like a warning against completely abandoning the faith.
Right.
While others, they see it more as a caution against backsliding.
Yeah.
Becoming stagnant, not growing.
Yeah. Not moving forward.
Exactly. But either way, it does highlight how serious our commitment to Christ is and that we need to constantly be seeking Him, keep growing.
Yeah. It definitely makes you think. It makes you examine your own heart.
It does, yeah.
But then, the tone kind of shifts in verse 9. It moves to God's faithfulness and the assurance we have in Him.
Yeah. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
After that intense warning. Yeah.
And verse 10, verse 10.
That's a good one.
God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown Him as you have helped His people and continue to help them.
Ooh, powerful.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes how much God values our actions, our love for Him and how we serve others.
Yeah, it's like those acts of service, they're a real tangible expression of our faith. Mm-hmm. Something that God remembers, something He honors.
I love that. And, it even connects back to Abraham, right? I mean, talk about perseverance.
Absolutely.
The father of faith.
The ultimate example of faith.
He waited decades.
Yeah.
For God's promise of a son to be fulfilled.
He faced doubts, setbacks, you name it.
Right.
But he never lost sight of God's faithfulness.
Never gave up.
And
it's like his story, it shows us what it really means to hold on to hope.
Even when things seem impossible.
Especially when things seem impossible. Yeah. When like, God, how could this ever work out?
Right.
And maybe the greatest growth happens in those times of just waiting.
And trusting. Yeah, for sure.
But then we hit this part in Hebrews where, God swears an oath.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right. I mean, an oath.
Back then, oaths were everything.
It's serious business.
They were like the ultimate guarantee. Absolutely binding.
So, for God to swear an oath.
Especially by Himself.
Right. Because there's nothing higher.
No higher authority. Right. Oh. I mean, that just shows how certain His promises are.
It's like He's saying, look, I'm putting everything on the line here. You can trust me completely.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And then this is where we get that beautiful imagery of hope as an anchor.
The anchor for the soul.
Yeah, we've all been there, right? Where life throws those storms our way, and we just need something solid to hold on to.
We need that anchor.
In
Hebrews 6:88, it says, this hope we have is an anchor for the soul, firm and secure.
Not some fleeting feeling, but real, true assurance.
Based on God's unchanging character.
It's a hope that keeps us grounded, even when everything's chaotic.
Absolutely.
And, ultimately, that hope, it's all anchored in Jesus.
Our forerunner.
Who's gone before us and made a place for us with God.
Paved the way.
It's like, He's saying, hey, I'm already here. You can follow with confidence.
It's such a beautiful picture of security,
It really is.
The security we have in Christ.
Yeah. He's the foundation of everything.
It's the foundation, the anchor. That's where we find true stability and peace.
Wow. Well, this deep dive into Hebrews 6 has been pretty amazing. It reminds us that faith is a journey.
It has its ups and downs.
It does. But we're never alone.
God is always with us.
Always. And his promises, they're unshakable. So I want to leave you with this. Where do you need to cast your anchor today? What promises are you holding on to?
Yeah, what will keep you steady in the storms? Think about that.
Keep thinking about it and keep diving deep, everybody.
Be diving deep.
See you next time.
See ya.